When spring arrives on Canada's east coast, something magical might appear on the horizon. And no, I'm not talking about whales or puffins. I'm talking about icebergs. We had read stories of ancient ice drifting past tiny fishing villages in the spring, but the icebergs aren't guaranteed. Some years they come in droves, others not at all. We planned our route carefully, hoping to catch whatever might drift through this year. And so, with our fingers crossed and our bags packed into our Mitsubishi Outlander, we set off slowly across Newfoundland to find out for ourselves. Newfoundland and Labrador sits on the eastern edge of North America, a rugged island in the North Atlantic. Locals call it the Rock, and for good reason. It's a land of jagged cliffs, wave-battered shores, and roads that seem to disappear into the sea. But it's more than just the landscape that makes this place special. It's a place where locals greet you with a smile and invite you in for a meal, where people are deeply proud of their culture and traditions and happy to let you experience a dash of their magic.
Oh, you got to give it a kiss there, Miss Camera Lady. Oh, yeah,
it's where the air is fresh and the fish are fresher, where the beers are crisp and music surges from passion. But perhaps the most Newfoundland experience you could ever have is enjoying a meal prepared by an Indigenous chef right inside their shed, with ingredients foraged and caught that morning. That's how we met Crystal from Wild Island Kitchen. She's a chef who uses food to connect people back to the land and to each other.
As a young child, I was always off in nature. I was always foraging. I felt like I had innate knowledge. Nobody ever showed me what was safe or not to eat. I just knew.
Crystal's roots span Labrador and Newfoundland. Her father's side is Inuit and Innu, and though she wasn't raised in her culture, she's been finding her way back to it through food, land, and connection.
I look at the world now through an Indigenous lens. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it.
It's that lens that shaped how we experienced the meal. It wasn't just about what was on the plate, but the stories, plants, and hands behind it. Crystal's connection to food and land comes from a layered upbringing. Her Indigenous roots stretch to Labrador, where her grandmother survived residential school and her grandfather worked as a trapper. For Crystal, being connected isn't just about community. It's an ongoing act of remembering, a lineage of survival, healing, and return.
Being out on the land and sea, I don't feel alone. I have a friend, and that's nature, right? So when I'm out there, I feel safe. I feel a lot safer on the beach by myself late at night with a fire going than I'll ever feel walking the street. I just feel safe there and put my trust in my Creator and my ancestors and know that the work that I'm doing is connected to them.
Crystal's story reflects the layered history of this place. Through her, the nature around us took on new meaning. The icebergs we came chasing no longer felt like a novelty or something to cross off a list, but part of a living story that's still unfolding. One that asks not to just be witnessed, but to be respected, remembered, and deeply felt. We woke up in Twillingate, the iceberg capital of the world, with a quiet sense of excitement. Determined to find icebergs, we traced their journey online, following satellite maps and local reports. Most of these icebergs break off glaciers in western Greenland, some over 10,000 years old, and drift nearly 3,000 kilometers south along the Labrador Current. It takes nearly 2 years for the icebergs to make their way here, and even then, there's no guarantee they'll appear. But after following their slow drift south, we discovered they'd already arrived in Twillingate, and closer than we expected. We wanted to see the icebergs the best way possible, by boat. So we joined Captain Dave, a local fisherman who spent years guiding people into Iceberg Alley.
I spent my childhood with Father as a fisherman. Father fished all of his life. Father never made $1 from the land, always from the ocean. He never made very much. I was born in 1947, and I have
Captain Dave was a very busy man, and quickly, it was easy to see why. We made our way out into the North Atlantic, and then they appeared. This is Canada's east coast. A land shaped by wind, sea, and time, where 10,000-year-old ice drifts by quiet coves and salt spray hangs in the cold Atlantic air. And while the icebergs drew us here, it was the people who made us feel at home. We came chasing something that might not appear, and ended up somewhere we'll never forget. And just like at the end of every iceberg season, they move on and melt. But the magic of this place and the memories that were made, that's something that will last a lifetime.